Thank you. I forgot. Thank you. I didn't check. I unmuted the desktop audio, but didn't unmute myself. Anyway, Max was just saying how much he loves my content, obviously. But yeah, you know, when we talk about, like, you know, games get, you know, sequels and shit, it's like, well, even when I was a kid, like, games that were shitty would get a sequel, like, every year or two. So even if the game was bad, per se, like, you didn't have to wait, you know, 5 years for them to maybe consider making a sequel to it. Like, you just had to wait maybe, like, a year or 2 or 3. And I think that's the biggest problem, and that's why I don't think he's wrong. Like, you want kids to be connected to these game series because they grow up with them. If they don't grow up with them, they don't feel attached. If they're not attached, then when they're older, you know, it's easier for people to say, yeah, I played that when I was younger, but, you know, I don't really care about it now. So, like, he's not wrong at all. He's actually very on the money. Oh, Dax! So yeah, you can't expect people to have insane brand loyalty without something to be loyal to. You know, like this sounds like it's common sense, but clearly it's not. You know, like if you have a video game, like I don't know, like let's think, right? Like Mario Sunshine, right? Classic of my childhood. But there were Mario games every year. So it's like, okay, well, even if I didn't like Mario Hoops 3-on-3, which I infamously fucking hated, right? Like, that's like the #1 game I bitch about when I talk about Mario sports games being dog shit. Like, at least, at least there was like another game coming later. Like, you know, Mario Sunshine gets followed up by, you know, at least a couple 2D games, maybe a 3D game. Even though I don't like Galaxy, like, oh, Metroid Prime 3 wasn't that good. It's okay, there'll be more games later on. Oh, you know, I mean, let's be fair though, all these games were good, so, you know. It's like Star Fox, right? Oh, okay, Star Fox Adventures, and then you have Star Fox Command, and then you have, you know, other stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. He's not wrong. Like, especially with a series like Final Fantasy, like, you're not going to be able to milk Final Fantasy VII forever. You know, eventually there will come time to make a new Final Fantasy VII, something that people can lasso onto, you know, for the next couple generations. Just like a tale that kind of defies the times. Like, what are we going to do to keep that going, you know? Like, Kingdom Hearts, if you're going to have an end to it, eventually it will have an end, and you will need to have a new series that will take it over. You know, like, even if the Sora story's done and we just reboot it, you're still going to have something to build off of. You can't just sit around and say, well, we'll just keep re-releasing, you know, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and 3, whatever. Like, that would work for a little bit, but, like, 2, 3, 4 years in the future, or, you know, 20 years in the future, like, Mario is eternal because Mario always finds a new way. It has that everlasting appeal. Final Fantasy might have some of that, but let's be fair, a lot of Final Fantasy's appeal is like nostalgia hounds, basically telling you missed out when Sephiroth did the thing. And then ironically, no one ever plays Final Fantasy VII because that would be effort, and we don't do effort anymore. So, yeah, they need new blood. They need new people and new characters that you give a shit about. Like, if you don't care about anything that happens in Final Fantasy, then, like, you know, how are you supposed to make a new game? And the answer is you're not.
Hang on a minute. I'm gonna be gone for a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. You already set me on the ramble path. I'm doomed. But yeah, like, what the fuck are they gonna do 10 years from now? Like, did every company just magically think they were just gonna be able to do the same shit for 50 years? Never make a new game, just re-release old games? Like, that's why it just feels like half of these companies just want to go out of business. It doesn't even make sense. Imagine, like, your main big super AAA franchise, and you can't even get a new game out because you've basically wasted so much fucking money on everything else. It's like, well, dude, whose fault is that? I don't even think it's laziness. I just think they don't care, and they just think that people will buy the same shit over and over and over and over and over, and Google Chrome is being very slow for me right now. I think they just think people will buy Final Fantasy VII for forever. But at some point, dude, like, most of the people that constantly talk about it and jerk it off are going to be too old. How long has Kingdom Hearts 4 been in the works? Basically almost right after Kingdom Hearts 3. So, you know, when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, what, in 2019? So 7 years. Kingdom Hearts 1 to Kingdom Hearts 2 was already only 3 years. 3, maybe 4 years. Chain of Memories came out in that interim as well. So, in my opinion, it's all just kind of stupid and silly. There's no reason not to do these things. It's just, you know, a lot of companies, I think, have been co-opted. They've been told the wrong things. They've listened to the wrong consultants, and here we are. I mean, the rest is just fucking history at this point. Alright, we have to do this apparently in one go without dying. I don't know how this works. Okay. Definitely feels a little bit less smooth than the original. Alright, we jumped that. Dude, I never thought this was that hard. Seriously.
Somebody, so you know the meme from JJK?
The lawyer?
Yeah. So somebody used it and posted on Threads. Just saw a girl say that United States of Smash is a more iconic attack than Kamehameha.
I mean, no, but that's like a good example of what I'm talking about right now, right? It's like there's a whole generation of people, and all they know is like the newest, latest type thing. So like maybe old shonen, unfortunately, goes the way of the dinosaurs because, you know, why would I watch 500 episodes of that when I could watch JJK and get like a full experience from that, you know? I mean, like, realistically, like, it sounds weird to millennials, but you have to remember that, like, that's kind of just the new age bullshit, man. Like, that's just how the new generation is. I don't know what else to say. There you go. That people think that's hard, by the way. I don't know how that's hard. People think that's like the hardest thing to do in this game. That's like one of the easiest ones. And I've been doing it since I was 5. I don't know. You could be stupid or wrong. You can't pick both. I mean, I say this a lot. Like, you can be one or one thing or another, but you can't be both, right? I say this about like a lot of things. Like I say this about, funnily enough, dating. I say this about gaming. Like, you could either be ignorant or you could just be apathetic, but you can't say that it's not your fault once you know that there's an issue. Like, oh, my DPS is low. Okay, well, what can you do to fix it? You know, like, very few games are, my class sucks so bad, I'm just unviable. And that hasn't been Final Fantasy in a long fucking time. So it's like, okay, well, what's the reason why? Like, have you looked into ways to increase your DPS? Have you figured out ways you can, you know, get uptime, right? Like, if I run your numbers through something like XIV analysis, am I going to get a story of I just don't know and didn't bother to learn? Or am I going to get a story of, oh, well, you know, it's impossible and I can't do it? Like, what's going to be the fucking copium, you know? And that's something I try to tell everyone is like, look, certain classes are maybe better and stronger in certain areas, but we are a far cry from Heavensward and Stormblood. We could talk about any game, right? We could talk about shooters. What's your positioning? Are you the type of guy that just runs in the open? Well, no shit, you get shot to hell and back. You know, like, are you holding angles? Are you anticipating things? No, I did that one in one try too. But to be fair, I guess at this point, a lot of it's just muscle memory. Don't worry, when I replay this game in like another year, I'll forget how to do it and I'll suck at it again. But I do believe that one is harder because that one you just kind of have to know. There's not really like 100 ways to figure that one out, so. You just kind of have to know how to do it. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, people gotta... There's a certain amount of, I just have to learn how to do things the proper way that I just don't think a lot of people want to do. Like, it's hard. I get if you don't want to put a bunch of time and effort into, you know, something that's optional in your life, like learning how to play a video game well. I get that. But that said, like, you know, that's life. Like, I can't sugarcoat everything, right? Like, that's life. Yeah, it's adapt or die. Yeah, if you don't want to adapt or try to learn, then I mean, I guess you just have to live with your gray parse or your low KD or whatever, you know.
Well done. Okay.
I'm ready. Sorry, I'm ready.
Well done. You'll have to jump down the
Okay. This is probably the hardest skill point to get in the game because unlike Crush, Gulp is actually difficult, like 100%. Even in the original, Gulp is hard. Because his shots have really, really good homing.
Finish him off and you can have all
Like, how in the fuck does that even work, dude? That's ridiculous. I want you to think about that. Do you have to 90-degree turn out of his jump? Good lord. That's the shit I'm talking about, man. Gulp is brutal. Gulp might be harder than Spike, honestly. I think that Gulp is harder than Spike. 100%. I don't think I'm getting this skill point, to be completely honest with you. Because look how much backtracking you have to do to get any amount of fodder. I really kind of hate that. I don't really like how Autumn Plains is kind of linear. It's kind of the worst part about it. Thank you. Really should be a shortcut, but whatever. Maybe I just try the win, and I don't know. It's annoying. Sharkfin Xavi, welcome. Oh my god, it's a Spyro emote. Yo! That's crazy. Yeah, you have to learn how to live with your mediocrity. That would be a crazy fight quote. Anyway. Like, I know it wasn't their design, but like, even in Spyro, I kind of wish there was a little... I wish there were more worlds in Spyro. I kind of like that Spyro 1 had 5 major worlds. I kind of wish we had 5 again in a game. Okay, anyway, down. I have a lot of Spyro emotes. That's basically all I watch. I will randomly tune in to, like, Pikmin streams at, like, 2 in the morning, and then I'll get sad that no one is streaming Pikmin 2 at, like, 2 in the morning, and I need to corner that market 100%. I don't know how he got me last time. That was really weird. Shit! I missed. Dude, like, Gulp is ridiculous, man. Very unfortunate. Yeah, but like, what, you have to curve it? I guess this is like one of the few bosses you just cannot outrun. I don't remember exactly how to do the skill point perfectly. What? Do you charge this? Oh. That's definitely not how this works in the original, right? I feel like it flies when you flame it in the original. No, we can't take the health. If he kills the health, does that count? Okay, you know what? This is fine, actually. No, this is not fine, actually. Ah, I couldn't get it. Yeah, this is not fine. Because I'm supposed to not heal, so I don't know how this is going to work. I really wish they would not drop health like this. Oh, that's really not great. Okay, anyway. Like, dude. Can you not drop this shit right next to him, please? Like, Allura, whose side are you on? 100%. If you stay near his rear, he can't hit you? Maybe. Oh, I was in the air. Bullshit. Whatever. Okay, it's better this way. If you get hurt, see what's gonna happen is one of the chickens is gonna get hurt and Sparks is gonna automatically eat it, and I'm gonna lose the trophy because of it. Whatever. You have to shoot a rocket at Ripto? Wait, is that a real thing? I've never done that. That's a real thing? He was buffed and reignited. I'm that way with Spyro 3 at 2 a.m. Yo, people say Spike is harder than this. I don't think Spike is harder than Gulp. I think Spike is close. This is where we make our last stand, Spyro. Yeah, it does fly. What? It's a skill point. Yeah, but it's also a skill point to take no damage and defeat Gulp, which is probably the hardest thing to do in the game. Come on. Oh my god. Moderately terrifying. It broke the egg in the air? It's kind of fucked up. Okay, hold on. Because my Google Chrome is starting to remember that it's a web browser and not a memory hog, as it lowers my computer's FPS. Holy shit. Thanks. Okay. I mean, that should be good enough, right? Hold on. I may be back later. Yeah, no worries. I might play Spyro 3 on Monday. I don't think I will, though. This might be enough Spyro for 1 week. But then again, the road to 100K is long, my friends. It is long and arduous. Oh, come on. Bullshit, dude. He anti-airs you with this, man. It's so stupid. This is why I never get any of the skill points, man.
You're balls. Wait. Oh, do you not wanna... Where's Lost Cause?
What do you mean?
Where is he? No, I'm
Lost
playing
Cause?
Warhammer.
Oh.
There's a guy named Lost Cause in my game right now.
Well, I think he's a lost cause if you can't find him. The fuck? No, dude. What bullshit? Look at this bullshit. Okay, never mind. I almost had it perfect. It's so stupid. I almost had a perfect victory. He anti-airs me out of the fucking air, man. Like, this is StarCraft, and I'm supposed to be on the lookout for fucking, what are they called? Missile turrets. Good lord. Anyway. Now, I know in, like, every documentary about this game, they've said that there was never intended to be a fourth homeworld, and that talismans were supposed to stop after Autumn Plains. But I feel like something is very missing from this. You know, it just feels wrong. But we could go over here, pay 1,000 gems to learn Head Bash. This is very stupid, whatever. Oh, we actually need to go back to Icy Speedway, so when we go back to Autumn Plains in a minute, we have to go do the last couple of things. Yikes. Alright, nice. So, just for anyone who's wondering, the way this game goes is you need all 14 talismans, and then after you get all 14 talismans, the last thing that you need to do is get 40 orbs. So, I have a Google Doc somewhere where I try to figure out, like, what 40 orbs are worth getting. Now, some orbs are just easy. You just get them and you're done. Some orbs are, like, intentionally annoying. Oh, yeah, there you go, that was it. Yard work. Head bash every rock in Winter Tundra. This takes you up over there, but we go near the waterfall. When I figured this out when I was a kid, dude, I felt so accomplished. Like, genuinely. I was 6, okay? 5, maybe 6. Yeah, one last speedway. I don't know if you can warp in this game, right? Isn't that Spyro 3 where you could warp to different levels? I don't know if that's a power-up that they added. Okay, back to Autumn Plains. Let's grab a couple more. So we have Robotica Farms, which we will not do the Ollie Ollie Oxenfree achievement right off the bat. We're going to beat the game 100%, and then we will come back and get that. Okay, Cloud Temple, which has the stealth sequence everyone loves. I'm pretty consistent with Spike, not Gulp. I agree. It's just the anti-air. Like, okay, you have to run it at diagonal to get out of his charge. Fine. You have to, like, predict, because sometimes what you'll do is you'll be dodging, like, the 3rd shot, and there's no real way to dodge the 4th shot. It's just coming at you like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. And there's nothing you can do about it. We got the skill point? No. You don't have to get all the skill points, though. There's no achievement. Okay, so what are the 2 levels we have to do now? Fracture Hill and Scorch? No, Fracture Hill and, what's the other one? Magma. No, Shady Oasis. Well, we'll do Fracture Hill first because I hate my life. Early stream? Yeah, I mean, the goal is to beat the game 100%. Okay. So now we actually have to do Fracture Hill. This is why when I beat this game on like a soft speed run, obviously not a real one, I basically skip Fracture Hill almost entirely. There's almost no reason to ever do Fracture Hill because you have to come back to do the Hunter Challenge, and that requires Head Bash, so it just takes too much time. Now, I don't know what the actual route is for this game on an actual speed run, but I can imagine that Fracture Hill probably gets shafted because it just requires you to come back to do most of it. Unless there's some exploit I don't know. Isn't that the place where you need the Head Bash? Yeah, it's Fracture Hills, and Shady Oasis has a challenge for it as well. So I just never end up doing either of these. Because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to push all the Earth Shapers into the ground, and that's going to be very pleasant. Did I miss one? Come on. Yes, yes, yes. What is this guy talking about? Bro, leave Spyro alone, dude. Yeah, the bushes and the shady... What is it? The marsh? What's the marsh level in Beastmakers? Misty Bog? Yeah, that was a fun time. That didn't traumatize me as a kid. Absolutely not. Perfect for kids. I mean, it was only like a year or two later I was playing Resident Evil, so I don't know. It is what it is. Like I said, man, you adapt or die, dude. Real advice. Adapt or die, folks. Ow. You have to do like a crazy fucking charge. That's nice. You could dodge it by jumping? What the hell? Yeah, you can. Okay. That's something I didn't know. Damn! Yeah, the Spyro games were back to back. All these games, folks, this is a 1999 game. Spyro 3 was literally a 2000 game. Was 2000... Did I say 2003? Sorry, a 2000 game. Was Spyro 3 released in the Year of the Dragon? Or am I forgetting? How does that work? Because I don't really remember. Fuck, I knew there was a jump. I just jumped too early. Oop. I'll riff Prime 3 instead. Yeah, Samus, you need to go perform suit maintenance and data backup. It's like how my favorite unannounced mechanic of Spyro 1. Hold on. No! Oh my god, dude. Fuck. The game is awful. Yeah, it's incredibly linear. That's what the Prime series has become. It's become linear, so... Unfortunately, it is hard to design a game that's open item progression. Like, even Resident Evil, like, at some point there is just a linear pattern to a game, you know what I mean? There you go.
Oh, thank goodness you broke that door.
Kingdom Hearts doesn't need a graphics overhaul. That's why Kingdom Hearts 3 looks so weird. Because you have actual, like, I think it's almost just damn near the same models from the movie, like, almost to a T. And that's why YouTube got fooled and thought I was uploading the fucking movie, randomly spliced into my Kingdom Hearts playthrough. Because obviously AI does not discriminate. That's nice. Damn. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna be here forever. And at least you get stopped 3 times as you rush into the area. Really, it's that bad? Yeah, they need to not do that. That's like the prelude to Other M. If you think that's bad, wait till you see what Other M does. See, like, you could always Metroid Fusion it or Metroid Dread it and have, like, what feels like natural progression. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it's linear, but it feels natural because they're not constantly stopping you every 5 seconds, you know? It just feels a little bit better. It feels a little more natural. So you don't even realize, like, you're being led on a linear path. You're doing the right thing without even realizing it. And I think that's the beauty of Dread and Fusion, is that they are linear games, but you don't even notice that you're being linear. You're not even being forced down a set path. Oh my god, that was close. Look at the shit I have to do, by the way. Alright, very nice. Alright. This is all for the achievement. You don't actually have to kill the Earth Shapers. I think you have to kill them as part of Hunter's Quest. I missed. Dude, what? How did I rotate around him? Thank you. Do they count the ones from Hunter's Quest? Oh, well, this guy's still alive. Oh, no. Somehow that worked out. That was crazy. That could have been very bad. But yeah, I don't know. Like, Prime 1 lets you backtrack and do things. Prime 2... The Prime series is linear, man. Like, it sucks. They're almost never non-linear until the very end. Unless there's, like, an optional item you can pick up. Like, that's kind of just growing up, is you just realize that a lot of the Prime series is just horrifically linear. And there's nothing you can really do about it. Like, you have to play the games in the set order defined by the developers. There's very few sequence breaks, unlike Super Metroid. But to be fair, like I don't think a lot of Metroid games have a ton of sequence breaks. I feel like Super is like the main one, and maybe I'd have to look at like classic Metroid 1. I think there might be 1 or 2 ones in Metroid 4. Sorry, Metroid Zero Mission, maybe? I don't know. Like, it doesn't... The Prime ones don't really have a lot, I don't think. Okay. You know, the fastest way to do this is over to the left, right? Like, this is stupid. It's actually just inefficient. For a guy who's so smart, you would think that the alchemist would know this. Obviously not. He turns around! Okay, he's too far. Primac replaces all motion controls with a single button push. Yeah, that's probably better. I'm not gonna lie. Again, Prime 3 is a victim of motion controls, like for real. It is 100% a victim of, hey, at the time motion controls were big and they, you know, at the start of every Nintendo console, they always do this, you know? It just sucks. I wish that wasn't the case. You know, like, so many DS games are basically unplayable because they made so many of the motions, like, touch controls. That was actually one of the big changes that they had to make for Castlevania. You know, the what was it? Was it Order of Ecclesia? No, Dawn of Sorrow. They have all those, like, takedowns that are, you know, like, effectively just big QTEs, just with stylus controls. Okay. Very nice. Phase on upgrades are dumb as shit. Prime 3 is just more of a cinematic conclusion. I don't really look at it the same way I look at Prime 1 and Prime 2. Just being honest. That doesn't mean I think it's a bad game. I think it's a good game for what it wants to be. It's just more like a Halo game. And again, that does not mean it's bad. It just means that it doesn't really play like a Metroid game. Like, I think you could have had sequences that were like a Halo game in it, and then you have to go back to that Metroid exploration, you know? Like, that's really what Metroid is, you know, prides itself on. So if you're not doing that, it's not really a Metroid game. Like, you could have gotten this same experience playing Halo. And I hate to water it down as much as that, but I mean, you know, it's kind of the truth, right? Yeah, Prime 2 has a lot of backtracking. I will agree with that. Like, Prime 2's world is definitely interconnected, but Prime 2 itself is very, very tedious. I will agree to that. Like, yes, there should be some backtracking in a Metroid game. I think going back over an older area with new power-ups and fresh eyes once or twice in the game is, like, very enlightening. It's very fun. You get to play that connect the dots in your head like, aha! I knew it! My favorite part of Spyro 2 is when we get to mug money bags. Spyro 2 and 3. It happens in 3. In 2, remember, they just have Hunter give you back all the stuff. In 3, they were actually like, well, listen, this is the end. We'll probably never make another Spyro game, so we're gonna let you do it instead. Enjoy. And I really hate that that's the case, man. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish Spyro had gotten, like, a whole other trilogy of platformer collectathons on, like, the GameCube. It sucks. And that's the only good thing I could say about Enter the Dragon, is that unlike A Hero's Tale, it kind of plays... Yes, I know. Shut up, fatty. Eat it. It kind of plays like a classic Spyro game, but with only one world and incredibly glitchy. As I said, that was the worst Christmas I ever had. Not because my mom didn't know any better, but just simply because, like, it was just a bad game. No one could have known. How could you know? The last 3 games, my mom knew I loved them. And then they come out with Enter the Dragonfly, and it's awful. It's like Sonic 06. I think it's worse than Sonic 06. I just think Sonic is more popular. Because basically there's a glitch. The ground is so thin, you could just head bash straight to Ripto and then fight Ripto. And then beat the game. That's the speed run. You don't actually play at all. Toys for Bobs need to make another Spyro game. Complain to Activision. They put them on Warzone. As soon as I heard that, I literally wanted to, like, rip my hair out. I'm pretty sure I launched into another one of my super rants, by the way. I think I was actually genuinely pissed the fuck off. I don't know, maybe Max might remember that. Probably not. Yeah, that's why Metroidvania games are hard to do. Because they're all based around, like, upgrades and extra abilities. And you have to do it in a way that rewards the player for interacting with the game world, but doesn't, like, feel like you're just adding extra tedium to backtrack, you know? Like, it should feel rewarding to go back and go get these items and explore these areas again. It's very hard to walk that line of this game is open, but also this game is not open, but also you're rewarded for doing this, but also there's a reason in some areas that you have to come back even later. It's very hard to do that. I feel like it would work better in 3D than 2D, personally, but whatever. You black out a lot, huh? From what? Well, what's the reference on that? I can't remember if that one door I passed was a multi-missile or a missile beam combo that you don't have. Fortunately, they don't really use a lot of missile beam combos, do they? Shorty? I was very worried about him for a second. Get him! Get him! Get him, big guy!
I am going to take a nap.
Yep, no worries. Take it easy, man.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Yep. Okay, we already have this talisman. You blacking out? It's just one of those moments where it's like, dude, again, all these companies being like, yeah, we'll just get rid of all the franchises that don't make $1 billion. Am I going to do 14 or Sonic Racers? Neither. Assassin's Creed.
My 8 brothers have been trapped.
Okay. Yeah, all these ones that used to have fixed cameras don't have fixed cameras anymore. Didn't I finish AC? Not the DLC, that's the point. You pushed me. Number 7 pushed me. But no, I'm not doing a 14 stream. There's nothing to do on 14. I didn't study up for, what's it called? For, Tyrant, so what would be the point? Like, at this point, I would, like, there's nothing left to do on 14. Unless I were to do something completely out of my normal spectrum of, you know, activities on the game. So there's no point in me doing it. Okay. Yeah, I hated it so much I kept coming back for more. Like, who the hell does that? But I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail for this stream, but I actually made like a little overlay for the road to 100K. It's a thing. It's officially a thing. I thought about going back and doing that for the Resident Evil thumbnails. Maybe I'll do that for some of them later, though. I don't know if I want to do that right away. Whereas Spyro is what, like 5 streams tops, depending how much I play Spyro 3. Damn. What? He got caught on the fucking peacock, dude? Okay, thank you. Where's the last dude? Is he just below me? Oh. I never fell down here. Oh. I wish we could get like a perfect version of Spyro 1 and 2. Like we have eggs throughout Beastmaker. Because it really sucks. All the eggs are done after Beastmaker, man. Like that definitely, I think that's absolutely a development oversight, right? Like they didn't actually intend for that, correct? Right? They didn't actually intend for there to be no eggs after Magic Crafters, right? Like that doesn't make any sense to me. That has to be something they've definitely spoken about in vlogs years later, right? Like, there's no way. It's like a full, like, 2 worlds of the game don't have eggs. Hmm. I think the level I hate the most is Robotica Farms, honestly. Most of the levels are too small. Not treetops. They could add like an extra platform or something. I mean, like, yeah, the levels are still full of stuff, but it just feels like they didn't space it out at all. Like, is there a lore implication for why this is the case? Or like, what happened? I don't know. Wait, I was about to say, what the fuck? That might have been a soft glitch, possibly. Okay. Can we make this? Yes. I do like that the command to make sparks do that is much better in this version. Isn't there a thief in treetops? Yeah, but no eggs. He's carrying gems. He's like one of the few thieves that carries gems in the entire existence of Spyro. There's 2 of them. One jumps all the way out to the far island, which is the route that I always have to relearn on the fly because I never remember it. And then one jumps above the exit portal. And that one's kind of easy to do. And the trick for me figuring that out as a kid was that Spyro gives off like different amounts of smoke depending how fast he's charging. I didn't know that as a kid. I don't even think that's an explained mechanic. I think you just have to know that he moves faster as he charges longer. I don't think anyone in the game explains that to you. They tell you how you have to use supercharge, but they don't tell you that you have to do that. Fuck. What? Flying high. Defeat all the snowmobiles before oh, wow. Okay, so you just have to do it once. Okay, there you go. Done. You just have to flame one of them. Yeah, like, treetops is a good idea. I just feel like a couple of thieves would have made it better. Like, I don't know, man. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be every level, right? It just would have made it a little better. The charges stack up. Yeah, like, you're supposed to know you gain speed over time. Like, I didn't know that as a kid. Oh, you can't travel. What the fuck? Are you for real? This has been in the game the whole time? Fuck, I hate Mystic Marsh. Let's do Cloud Temple. Cloud Temple, we have to get to the end of the level without killing a single sheep. Also, if I'm going to do a Bond marathon, I'm going to do it after First Light, since I didn't have the time to do it before. I'm a pacifist, but... Damn, these things look gnarly in this version. Oh my lord. I almost did it twice, dude. Oh my god. Very spooky. Very nice. 2 for 1. The tower level in 2? Which one's the tower level in 2? Oh, there's a sheep. Now. It's okay, I don't need healing. Where we're going, we won't need healing. This one? Oh. Yeah, this is the one where you get the ice breath, right? Which has such potential in like a future Spyro game, the elemental breaths, but it just, without Insomniac, it just wasn't working, man. It just wasn't gonna happen. Electric, water, ice, it was like some good stuff. And they tried to do the electricity like really hardcore in Spyro. Was it Dawn of the Dragon? That's one of the few games I have on the 360 all achievements. And I did that a long time ago because that was one of the few Spyro. That was the only Spyro game on the 360 that had achievements. Eternal Night didn't come out for the Xbox, so it's not on the 360. And what's the other one? A New Beginning. I just didn't like. I didn't like A New Beginning. I didn't like the whole storyline. Like, it just, I don't know. It just wasn't for me.
I'm a secret agent.
Okay. Today we will teach kids about line of sight, guys. Not gonna lie, that jump animation looks really, really weird. There you go. You gotta be a secret agent. No, you gotta just walk. He thinks you're one, yeah. Unfortunately, this never became a real plot line. only thing that we have from Spyro in recent years, besides this, is Astrobot. But that's because Astrobot is like a 30-year celebration of everything Sony. And I don't know, I kind of like that, man. Astrobot was fun. Astrobot is definitely a fun platformer because it actually tries to do like some weird stuff. And that's what platformers should be. It should be like, horror games are good for this too, right? Like every horror game feels a little bit different. Like, at least they used to. I feel like platformers are like the other genre where you could just do anything and it just kind of feels nice and it works really well and it's fun, you know? You think with the kids it'd be a little bit more involved? I mean, for what? Just, you know, kids in general? Yeah, but you have to break the hold Fortnite and Minecraft has, you know? And like what Max was saying before, you know, like Square Enix has done a horrible job ingratiating Final Fantasy with new age, you know, with the new age of gamers. They've done a terrible job at it. You almost think they want to fail at some points, don't you? Oh no, one of them's supposed to run over here? Yeah, here he goes. You can make this guy too high? Huh, I never knew that. Okay. Oh, those kids from Scorch? Oh, yeah. I mean, they should. Yeah, like, there's a whole bunch of agents. Like, Agent 9 isn't the only agent. Oh, that sucked. Oh, that sucked. Oh, what? How did that not work? Oh, I'm cooked. I got it. You don't even need it. Oh, you could charge to break them out? Oh, I never knew that. Oh, fucking hell. It's not far enough to do the thing. I have to get more. The sad thing is that replaying Hero's Tale, I'm remembering exactly why, like, having elemental powers wasn't that great. Like, I do have to finish that playthrough. That and Death Stranding have been on the back burner for so long because I've just been so busy, and most days I've just been tired. I just haven't had the energy to do it. Which is the exact excuse someone wants to hear from a playthrougher, of course. I know I have to get him on top of the bend. It's just annoying. I think the design of Spyro when he has like power-ups is so good in the Reignited. Like, this is like really cool. For sure. It's really just proof that there are so many good ideas in some of the future Spyro games. They just would be better executed in a game like this. Couple elemental breaths, some of the hand-to-hand melee combat, which is like the only redeemable thing about the new trilogy in my opinion. And then they got it set, man. I missed something way back. Okay. What? Are you serious? Oh, dear Lord. Okay. Oh, no! I love this one. No! No! Hey, baby, you want some fuck? This is bad! Do we collect everything here? Actually, wait. What are the... What's the other shit? Monkeying around Mystic Marsh, defeat the Ox, defeat every Robo Bee with a spit object, defeat 5 buggies while charging, that's intentional, Dragon Shores, yeah, that's it, there's only a handful left. Okay. Spyro had really ominous dark eyes there, that was really creepy. Man, I did not take spray for a furry? I'm not a furry. It's so weird because like the only furry I've ever personally known was actually like a kind of attractive woman. So it's so fucking weird to me. That's not how this works, guys. Who came up with these enemies, by the way? Okay, so every monkey we have to charge jump. What? How the fuck? Oh, this is gonna be one of those levels, huh? What? It didn't even move. It gave up. Dude. You don't, okay, you can't charge jump it like that. Fine, fine, fine. Wait, do they throw Wumpa fruit at you? Yeah, they don't make like any of the classic sound effects. It's really weird. Yeah, I think they do throw Wumpa fruit. Look at that. Probably just like reusing assets, you know, from the Crash trilogy. But what I like about Spyro more so than Crash is you could tell that Spyro was way more polished, even from the jump, than like Crash was. Like Crash 1 is a very fundamental game. And that's not to say it's bad, it's just Crash 1 is definitely just a harder game to get into. I really do prefer Spyro to Crash. Not that that's like a secret. I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone who's ever met me knows I like Spyro the Dragon, among a handful of other select franchises. And then they won't listen to me when I say that Final Fantasy XIV is not my favorite game. Hell, there's so much more I bitch about on 14 than almost any other game I play. 14 is just the game I like because the skill expression on 14 is high. Despite what fucking idiots online say, you cannot even get the vast majority of the player base to learn things like uptime. And unlike WoW, you can play multiple classes on the same character, which is such a huge fucking positive. I cannot stress that enough. I absolutely hate that on Warcraft I have to pick one class, and that's the same class I play on that character for forever. And I'm sure that's like a D&D thing that they just never changed, right? Like a very classic, you know, your character is this vocation and can never change it. But I hate that, and you should probably get rid of it. I really do hate that. I mean, Sonic's ass? I have no idea what you're talking about. Dax, are you a furry? It's okay, I won't judge. Also, I thought you were at work. How the hell do you have time to shitpost on a stream if you're at work? Okay, here we go. Is that the last one? Yep, very nice. Only 2% have that. But that's because no one does this. Yeah, multi-clash is Dax. Someday I'm gonna make Dax sit through a Star Trek stream just for you, Viv. Okay. Ow. So the difference between venom and poison is that venom gets injected, but poison is just if you touch it. Is that correct? Oh, I just got home. Never mind. You could. I'll hop on VC if you want, since Gundam Otaku left. If you want me to. This is not like a strictly VC-less run. What? Okay. What? Where did he go? What? I'm very confused. Oh, he's gonna head out soon? Okay, no worries. We will come back to that perplexing mystery of life in a little bit. Dude, the fucking swimming controls and oh shit. I hate the swimming controls, man. Where's all these like weasels or whatever? Dude, this guy jumped and he jumped like out of the game. Oh no, he's right there. Oops. It was like he no-clipped just out of existence. Oh my god. No way! Whatever. I am getting ripped off by this. These chases are worse than Spyro 1 somehow. Crash was named Sonic's ass? Oh! Is that why they had those random, like, Sonic lookalike enemies or whatever? No, that's Donkey Kong. I'm sure Nintendo's fucking business wing was really thrilled about that one when they heard that Rare did that. Hey, they didn't get sued, right? So I guess it didn't matter at the end of the day. Dude, what in the fuck are you talking about? I don't know, like, I know Sonic was big, but if you've ever played Sonic 1, it sucks. Sonic 1 is awful, man. Sonic 1 has no speed whatsoever. It's way too much of a platformer. Like, having played it, I was, like, blown away. Like, as much as I love Marble Hill Zone, I think it has some of the best music in the series, dude, like, there's basically almost, like, no, like, actual speed segments in Sonic 1. The whole game turns into a platformer. Huge L. Also, does this level have the most enemies in the game? I mean, is it any surprise that Genesis died? Not even trying to be an asshole. Like, is it a surprise to literally anyone that the Genesis didn't live very long? When all you had was Sonic? And maybe, was it Echo the Dolphin? I mean, there's a lot you could say about Nintendo, but they have always had a banger lineup since day one. Like, that's never been in denial at all. Almost all their games are kid-friendly. I think the most mature Nintendo game is Metroid. Which automatically means they win family appeal. What the fuck? My game's haunted! My game's haunted! What did I just watch? Dude. Do I need to, like, get a priest? Do I need to call a priest after that? Why the fuck? Oh, this version of the game is, like, super bugged. Oh, that's terrifying. That's heart-stopping right there. No one saw it. Good. That's like some Ring shit. We all just watched the... Okay, something's very wrong with this version of the game. This doesn't happen in any other version, does it? Cursed. Fucking super cursed. Oh, no. But yeah, one of the things I want to start doing more of is playing, like, classic games I love. At least once a year. Because, you know, like, if I'm not getting any younger, I want to at least play them, like, every year, you know? Like, I could sometimes even play them multiple times a year. Even if it's not for stream, just because. I went back, it took my soul. That's like some crazy shit. You're playing a game and like the grudge ghost is like levitating above the ground or some shit. Like, oh my god, no! You only ever see that meme now when it's like a hot ghost girl and they're like, no guys, I'll fend her off, don't worry. Go on without me, don't come back for me even if I ask for it, which I won't. What the fuck? Let's see, where's the last one over here? No, I'm talking about the last gem. I know I have to do the professor quest. You never told me you played Spyro. Oh, great. Okay, pencil. All right, so we have the egg. The egg goes in the nest somewhere. There you go. Really? Drops the is that the seed or the vegetable? I have all 3 original games. Yeah, me too. One of my favorite lifetime stories is we went to Costco, obviously, my family and I remember up top, they used to have all the video games up front. This is how you know it was a high trust society in America back then. They had all the video games right in the front of Costco, and up there was a brand new Spyro game, and I was like, oh, there's a new Spyro game? Mom, can we get it? And then she got it for me. It was awesome. It's one of my favorite memories when we used to go shopping. This was a long time ago, back when Costco was like a very high retailer for video games, is that they would have all their games like in those plastic cases or whatever, the anti-theft cases. And so, like, you know, like every so often, like usually every other time we went, I would get like a game from Costco. And nowadays you go into Costco, all they do is sell consoles, and they don't even sell Xbox anymore. Because I guess they don't get a good return on investment. It was like apparently a big story like a week or two ago, or like a month or two ago. Costco's no longer carrying Xboxes, which is great, because right when I decided to get into Xbox, now the brand is like super dying. It's like, oh, I was an Xbox fan for like 10 years, and then I stopped. Great. Right here, I think. I mean, why do you think we're here doing this on Xbox? We have to complete the quadrilogy of Spyro 100% runs. But yeah, I have all 3. I have basically every Spyro game, and I had every Spyro game new, besides Eternal Night, and, what was the other one? Shadow Legacy. Shadow Legacy is basically like the only one I never played twice. And I guess I never played Eternal Night either, because I didn't really care. Dawn of the Dragon I only played enough to get all achievements. I think it's like 48 achievements in it. Okay. I was very efficient with my childhood. Sorta. I guess we will play Spyro 3 after this. Maybe not today, but we will definitely play Spyro 3. Because I need the achievements, and obviously, since I played the game so much, I know exactly what to do. So. But to be fair, after this, I might take a nice long break from Spyro. I have basically played this off and on for the last several years, so I don't know, man. I wish Activision would just give us some more and just like designate a small budget. Get some streamers to promote it. Anybody, literally, make a quality game. You know how it works. And I guarantee you they make a good amount of money. Not a crazy amount. Just a good amount. And then we all live happily ever after. So what I used to do like a year or two ago is when I was like stressed, I would just turn on Winter Tundra music. Think about that. Now that was fun. Winter Tundra slowed and extended. Peak. Just magnificent. You just feel so relaxed. Ooh. Oh gosh dang varmint! Okay. Wait, what's the achievement? We have to defeat them all using spit objects, right? Okay. Okay. Damn. I really should rewatch that that one Spyro video again. There's a couple good Spyro videos. There's oh wow, he anti-aired me. There's a speedrunner called Deo Man that has like a really good like Spyro video. There's another guy, I think his name is like Shan Mania. He talks about like the entire trilogy or whatever. There's a lot of Spyro creators. I think that's like one of my favorite parts of internet content creation is you just get to meet a bunch of people you've never met, but we all have such a unified shared love for the same thing. And that's just something you don't get with like a lot of other things. I mean, you could get it with books, I'm sure, right? But would it be the same? Probably not. I think that what makes a lot of games fun is that even if a game is like maybe a little complicated for your age, you still have memories of playing it. So it would be nice if we continued that. But I don't know, man. Like, if they keep not making single-player games, I don't know, like, what are people gonna do? Like, oh, you know, I grew up playing my dad's games. Oh, but you didn't play Fortnite? What a loser. His dad, he plays his boomer games. You know, like, how long until we get that? I don't know, man. There's just something really nice about Spyro that just doesn't exist with a lot of the other games. I feel like Jak 2 becomes way too difficult. Like, oh, you have 8 hit points. Okay, actually, everything takes 2 hits. Why? Jak 2's very weird about that. I never understood why they did that. Nope. I like how they basically reuse this level almost unedited in Enter the Dragonfly. It is edited, obviously, but it's like basically the same level. It's just a farm. But instead of it being like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It basically just becomes a level about aliens and cow abductions. And Enter the Dragonfly just looks weird. Like, I don't know how they thought that was like a good conversion of Spyro to like 6th gen. It's a very weird, like, very weird what they did. And needless to say, it wasn't that good, and it doesn't even last as long. The game is horrible frame rate, it performs terribly. And remember, like, this is like the 6th console gen. Like, you didn't even have to do much to perform in the 6th console gen. Like, you think about how many classic games came out. Like, just a few weeks before, or like a few weeks after 9/11, is Silent Hill 2, which is still like a game that people talk about to this day. They still inspect and analyze the themes of it, the tragedy of some of the characters. Like, it's such a well-written game. Dude, that's like almost a PS2 launch title. How? Oh, because they cared. I mean, you know, secret. Like, I'm sure that the story behind Into the Dragonfly is just we wanted to make a product and we wanted it out, you know, by X day. Which is almost always a recipe for disaster, as Sonic knows. And what's crazy, actually, as I get this achievement, is people are on the Xbox forums. Like, here, if I do this, right? If I go down, people are on the Xbox forums asking, wow, we love Sonic Adventure, please add Sonic Heroes. Look at this, please add Sonic Heroes. All this is like 3 years ago. Look at that, almost 3.5 years ago. Crush 40, Certified Hood Classic, great classic, but we're missing 2 games. Sega State, they don't want to overwhelm with available titles. And yeah, and they don't have 06, they don't have Sonic Heroes. It's just the entire comments section is, wow, this game is perfect. Hey, could you add Sonic Heroes? And Sega and or Microsoft are just like, fuck you guys. Never ever, motherfuckers. Everyone just loves it. Why not Dreamcast version? Yeah, well, Sonic Riders, but add Heroes and Riders, but not free riders. Please add them. You're like, look, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is something you don't get on Sony. They don't even allow you to do this. Give them time to cook. Yeah, 3 years. Sonic Adventure 2 is on here. It was on here. Yeah. Please bring back Sonic Heroes. Like, think about that, right? Okay. Well, we want to talk about that here. I'll show you my other favorite one, which, yeah, every Battlefront and EA game is on sale for, like, dirt cheap, by the way. Of course, Black Ops 2 is still $60 fucking dollars. Like, come on, man. Sorry. Bro, get a load of this, right? Here's Battlefront 2. Here's Battlefront 1. Here's Battlefront, the Classic Collection. Take a look at this shit. 2 stars. 2 stars. I tried to love it. Tried to love it. They ruined Galactic Conquest. The Galactic overview is way off. They got the stars looking off. Massive lack of quality control. I booted my OG Xbox version on Series X and my PS2 version. The differences are glaring. Please vote this so fans of Galactic Conquest are aware or even to stay away. You were the chosen one. It was said you would destroy the EA games, not like, look at this. I think I pointed this out before, but like, I have to respect Xbox. They could just say no more comments. Fuck it. You buy, you don't, you don't. Like, look at this. Is there even like a single good review out of all of these? Oh yeah, they changed the beeps, by the way. Why? Who the fuck knows? This was an easy slam dunk. False advertisement. How do you fumble a 20-year-old game? An unfinished mess. Unfinished mess written by ChatGPT. Guess what? Broken. Yeah, it's broken. It's laggy. They changed stuff for no reason. Who the fuck butchered Battlefront 1 and 2? Awful. All these poor people fell on the sword. And then like half the people are just like memeing, like, oh, you were my brother! I loved you! Oh, I hate you! You were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them. Yeah, will they patch it? No. Literally says split screen gaming in the trailer and another dude can't play split screen, bro. Microsoft denied my refund. I barely have 2 hours of game time on it. Don't buy, stay away. Wow. Yeah, I mean, look, Steam is nice. Steam just says, listen, if you've played less than 2 hours and it hasn't been 2 weeks, we give you your money back, no questions asked. And remember, this is like, everyone loves these. So think about it. $35. It's literally cheaper just to buy Battlefront 2 and 1 separately, and then just play them on the same console you plan to buy this for a markup. Why even buy this? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, why even buy this, genuinely? Which, by the way, I need to add this to my cart. Sorry. Okay, cool. Even though I prefer Battlefront 2, there are a couple things in Battlefront 1 only, which sucks. We'll never have a good working Battlefront, so it is what it is. That's just life at this point. You just learn to accept it, unfortunately. Hello, Ash. Happy early birthday. You do get... I told you happy belated birthday. What? We were literally in raid, and I was like, happy belated birthday. Oh, my lord. Okay, no, I don't know if you're kidding anymore. Good lord. I have been bamboozled. Look, man, I have to play a Star Fox game in like a month or some change. My life can't get much worse. Well, Spyro, I got one of this here doohickeys. Okay. One of this here gizmos, one of them doodads. Oh my god, I'm fumbling hard. Yeah, there's like a massive EA publisher sale going on Xbox right now. So I was thinking about maybe getting like a few of the Need for Speed games. There you go. No, it's all good, man. I know that feeling, unfortunately. So you gotta do what you gotta do. There's no wrong way to do it. Take as much time and energy as you need, man. Okay. Do we even need to talk to him? There you go. Okay. Oh, Lord. I remember this Supercharged. This is very fun. Good Lord. Maybe I should wait for Spyro 3. Am I going to be completely burnt out trying to do Spyro 3 right after this? The answer is yes. The question is, can I handle it? Okay. Take this here thingamajig, Spyro. Is that it? What are we missing? Just that 2 I left behind? No, we're missing more. You know what it is? It's inside the jug. Dude, Trouble with the Trolley is like the most undeserved meme I think I've ever seen in my life. There's nothing hard with the trolley one at all. What is the hardest orb in this game? Like, I can tell you the hardest skill point's Gulp, for sure. Because you have to do that flawlessly. Wait, where the fuck was that? Damn, I already forgot. It's on the other side. I know. Yeah, I don't know. It just gets memed. I see it all the time online. Like, I had so much trouble with the trolley. Like, how? I'm not even trying to be mean. Like, how? Saving the caveman? Yeah, that's definitely got to be highest. I feel like I should do a... What do they call it? Like a ranking chart? I should do like one of those ranking charts. Ranking the top Spyro levels. Yeah, tier list. That's what it is. A tier list. Best levels, worst levels. I don't really like this level, to be honest. What? Oh, there were gems back here. Top orb, escort the alchemist? I don't think so. But then again, like, this is one of those things where it's like, well, it's not hard, and I did it on my first try, so I don't know, like... No, escort the alchemist, he does double back for no reason at that one point, so I will give them that. That's hard if you don't know he's gonna do that. I mean, like, mechanically still hard to do. Like, beat Hunter in Molten Core for the second time, is that it as well? That might be another hard one. Sorry, Magma Cone, not Molten Core. That's going to be the new thing I'll do on this on my channel, is I'm going to start streaming World of Warcraft. That's how I'll get in all the big crowds. I'll play WoW again. Yeah, I mean, I think just some of the levels are just hard. Like, not like hard in the sense like it's mechanically difficult. I think beating Hunter might be one of the harder ones the second time, because you kind of just have to know how to do it. Like, you gotta cut them off, you gotta be really lucky with some of the spawns. Trouble with the Trolley, Agent Zero's mission, Speedway time... No, that list is all fucked up. I think Canyon Speedway might have a hard one, actually. Oop. Oh, this is such good music, man. Alright, Canyon Speedway, defeat 5 buggies while charging. Metropolis we won't do until the post-game. Alright, let's go do Canyon Speedway. And then we do Metropolis. We just try to speed run... Oh, no, we're going to 100% Metropolis. But we're going to come back later to get the achievement. I mean, just, like, listen to this, man. Like, remember, someone made this, dude. Like, I miss when I was a kid and things were good. And like 2007, 2008, man, I mean this genuinely, you just had to be there for the Wild West of the internet. You just had to. It was just such a good time, such good vibes. Did I do the Hunter things? Yep, I always do those. You had to be there, man. billion YouTubers all springing up, everyone doing different things, people talking about their favorite games and anime and all that stuff, people making AMVs, which you don't even see anymore, really, I don't think. It was a good time, man. It was a good time to be alive. It was like the peak of everything before we got into what we're into today, so... I should have flown the other way. Oh, that's really bad. I can't. I'm fucked. As I said, that's easy. Oh no, I forgot. There's like a huge gap between them. Oh my god, I forgot. There's a huge gap between the stupid fucking buggies, man. There's a massive gap between them when they... I don't know why they did that. They're not spaced out evenly. Oops. If I didn't fail the jump, I would have made it. Yeah, I remember now. This is a very lenient speedway. I don't think any speedways are that hard in this game. I think they're genuinely harder in the next game. Fuck me. Then I do it perfectly. What the hell? Alright, let's go do the hunter mission, which I think is shooting shit, right? Yeah, like Spyro 3 is definitely harder than this, 100%. Like if you remember anything about Spyro 3, it's that a lot of the missions in Spyro 3 are much harder than the missions in Spyro 2. Sorceress actually came to play.
All right, Spyro, are you ready to triumph? Okay, Spyro, here's what you gotta do.
Hit the targets. Okay. Were these bullets in the original? I think they censored that. Okay.
Hey, you nick.
Wow! Hunter, why are you holding out on us, huh? Okay. Let me see, my phone is supposed to be charging. Yo, my phone is, like, buzzing like crazy. Because of all the achievements I've been getting. I hooked up my Xbox to my phone, so it's just going nuts. Hunter, can you fly straight? Of course not. Hunter is like lawful, what is it, chaotic good or something? He's like chaotic good. Like he means he has the best intentions, but he just does it in a very slap happily and efficient way. Pretty much. Okay. This is the last 400. And the last 3 gems. Yeah, because a burst of plasma is so much better, guys. Just another day in New York. So. Yeah, what's the problem here, huh? Pigs can't ride the subway? What did Spyro mean by this, huh? With all the budget cuts, yeah, I know about that personally. Isn't that great? Just give it a good whack, it'll get moving. Thought about getting Fire Emblem 3 Houses, bought Final Fantasy 12. I would highly recommend 3 Houses, skip Engage. Skip Engage, I couldn't even finish Engage. I will do it someday. I plan to torture myself to almost death with it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could just kind of go through 12, and then 3 Houses is a lot. Like, that's why 3 Houses is one of my top play games on the Switch. Which poor ZA is going to have to make up for, because Nintendo has some of the worst porting I think I've seen in a console. Good lord. My beautiful ZA timer. Donkey Kong Bonanza is kind of whatever. I got Final Fantasy 12 Switch Edition. I know it's going to be good. I don't know. I feel like 12... I don't know. I wouldn't really play 12 like that, but that's me. Oh my lord, look how much health he has. Well, I can't get the flawless. That's great. Oh my lord. That's why I don't really like this one. It's not that hard, you just need to hit it directly like that. It's really not that bad. I just cheese it. There's no reason to sit here and gamble it a bunch. Yeah, whatever. And Xenoblade Chronicles X Switch 2 Edition. What's even different in the Switch 2 Edition? Because I still have the Switch 1. 3 Houses has the better story. I don't know. I don't know about Get Engage. I'll be honest. Like, I couldn't put down Engage back in the day. I can't pick up Engage at all. Better resolution, worse image quality? What? It decreases the image quality? Then why do it? It already runs smoothly on the Switch. What the fuck? Yeah, but the gameplay is the only thing good about Engage. And it's not that much better than 3 Houses. Okay, here come more. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't even know if it's worth the money, I'll be honest. If it's on a sale for like $20 maybe, but if it's not, I don't know. They made it too Genshin Impact, like, anime bullshit for me. Because, like, I could totally see, like, Three Houses. Three Houses is very serious. Like, there's not as much waifuing that you could do in Three Houses as, like, some of the other Fire Emblem games. And unfortunately, that's, like, how people measure whether or not a game like that is good, is how much they can goon to it while playing it. And Fire Emblem, unfortunately, has reached that point. And I'm not a fan of it at all, but that's just how it's evolved. Yeah, any Cloud Edition, I just automatically don't care. Just being honest, if it's a game key card, I don't care. If it's a Cloud Edition, I don't care. Like, I'm not here to buy a copy of a game that's going to be useless in like 10, 15 years. Like, then what's the point? You know? Like, if I'm going to pay $70 for a new game, the least that it could be is something I could use for presumably the rest of my life. And it doesn't matter if they release a new version of that same game, I still like to have my old version, you know? Like, it's like having a book, having a library, you know? It's the same shit. Because remember, they are not... This is not like altruism out here, man. Like, we are talking about real money that you are spending for a lot of these games. Like, $70 is no small fucking amount of money. So that game better be flawless, as no game is. I want to play Thracia 776. Yeah, like, again, Nintendo just should localize all that. Like... And when I say localize, I mean localize it correctly, not modern day shit localizers where they just inject a bunch of stupid bullshit. Like, they should just legitimately create actual playable versions of these games that are already done. Give them a facelift, give some, you know, voice actors and actresses a little bit of a shine, and then just say, listen, bring this game to life. You know, like, because that's what makes Three Houses really fun. And yes, if you have to make them a little bit more waifuable, then fuck it, it is what it is. Like, I would prefer if we didn't, but at this point I understand that that's like how they sell Fire Emblem games to a degree. Wait, could you have just done this to fight the... Doesn't it take it away? It does, okay. See, they don't let you do it for that exact reason. Ironically, they let you use the permanent super flame. Alright, well, we're done. We go fight Ripto. They also censor Ripto's death in this game, even though he doesn't die. No one dies. It's a cartoonish game. But they censor it in this game for some reason. Shadows of Valentia was so good. I remember playing that during jury duty. That shit was fun, man. The only thing that sucked is because I did it during jury duty, I literally had to off and on it non-stop. And then listen to some case... This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, and you already know within like 30 minutes of them making the case that, like, yeah, that person's super guilty. Okay. So unfortunately, my Valentia playthrough was very fragmented, because I had jury duty for a long time. They fucked us during, COVID. As soon as they opened the fucking courts back up, I had to go do it. I was there for so long, dude. You threw it on him, Hunter. Come on, man. Like, whose side are you on? This is the worst. All right, we need blue. Very nice. Woo! Yeah, blue's the best because all you have to do is just hit him like that, and you could just hit him again and again. Thanks, Hunter. Really, really smart. I appreciate it. Oh, Hunter, you shouldn't have, dude. Wow. You threw it under him! Oh, dude, is... What? I walked into that. Here you go. I pushed him in the lava. Yeah, Hunter is just a mercenary. He's just working for everybody. Thanks. Thanks, dude. Yeah, there's actually a cutscene here. We do a little loop-de-loop. They changed this cutscene entirely. It's very different than the original. Why am I flying sideways? Do you see this? What the fuck is that? Tales of Arise also had a fix. Only downside, 30 FPS. No, the only downside is it's Tales of Arise, and you have to play Tales of Arise. That's the downside. No, you confused it. That's the downside to Tales of Arise. Yeah, they censored this for some reason. I want to see him get dunked in the lava, dude. You don't have to melt the flesh off his bones. Just, you know, just have him sink in. Who's Rito? Oh, Ripto was studying under the sorceress. Is that true? Is that canon? Somehow I feel like that's probably not canon. It's never mentioned. Is it? Alright.
Well done, Spyro. By the way, if you win.
Okay.
Step right up, Spyro. Here's a base.
It's the Yeti. Ooh. An earth shaker.
This is pretty easy, isn't it?
I do like that they have this. I just wish there was one final world spring themed. Probably be something like Spring Meadows, I guess. Just have a couple of worlds. Maybe one final event from Ripto, you know? That's it, right? He only gives 3, I think? I wasn't really paying attention. Oh, we could just get this now. Here we go. Super Flame. Permanently. He's on fire!
Hiya, Spyro.
Okay. Okay, that's a fever dream of mine. Yeah, I don't think it ever happened. They also never said why Ripto hates dragons so much. That has never been explained. And I mean, look, it doesn't have to be. It's not like it's super pressing or something, you know? It's just never been, you know, there's this great hatred of dragons, and they never really elaborated what exactly a dragon did to Ripto, if anything. Very nice. You went Shrek Donkey on them? Probably. Maybe like some random, like, who even knows?
Free! You pay no money down and make no...
Okay, hop aboard. Can I get on here with Alora, please? Dragons? What the hell? He's single. What? Okay. How did this happen?
As promised, here's your...
Okay. Dragons? Okay, we have to do this, right? Where is it?
Welcome to the Dragon Shores coaster. Watch out.
Okay, pop all the balloons. That's a hazard. Dude, we have babies on the track. No cause for alarm.
Good job, Dragon.
It was on some roller coaster tycoon energy.
All right. What?
I want to get off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. I want to get off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. I'm glad that they were able to get the Norks gainful employment, you know? There is a life after Nasty, you know? You don't have to work for that dude all day. He doesn't care about you. Mr. Ganasty, Ganark. Oh, I pressed left. Bullshit. Well, now I have to ride all the way back around. I was gonna hold left the whole time. There you go, here's a Sonic moment. Very nice.
Hey, nothing.
Is there another one? Like a hard mode?
There's one more run. You're on.
Oh no, you have to use a cannon? Oh boy. I think you also have to jump now. Yeah, like look at this shit. Fuck. Ah, well, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I think the hardest thing to do in this entire game is Gulp Flawless, and if you have to do it for Spike, Spike Flawless. I think that's the hardest thing for sure. Mr. Ganasty, Ganark. I do. This fucking shit is ridiculous. Let's call him Buck Nasty. Who the hell's that? That sounds like one of the girls from Flavor of Love. If anyone remembers Flavor of Love. Oh my god. No, you know what it was? It wasn't Buck Nasty. It was the one white chick in that one season. What was her name? The Flavor of Love girl. That was the white girl. That was the real country white girl. Shit. Buck Wild. Yeah, and she would say, it's time to get Buck Wild. Actual trash TV, man. And he didn't end up with any of them. It was actually a huge waste of time. Ah! And then one of them did prawn.
Wanna ride the coaster?
No.
You know, roller coasters are...
You do know what fun is, don't you, Spyro?
Well, Spyro, it's your lucky day.
There you go. So basically, this is just theater mode. Unfortunately, it's only for this game. That's it. Look at this. Look how cool this is, man. It's so dope. I kind of wish they expanded Dragon Shores to be like the hub. You know, kind of like the Lego games do. That would be kind of cool. I think, personally. That would be cool because in that way, like, all the other levels would be tied into it. So the only thing that's left to do is Ollie Ollie Oxenfree. There you go. Done. But, for all intents and purposes, if there were no achievements, that's where Spyro 2 would end. It's a great game. It's a classic from my childhood. I love it. Okay, where is this? Back here. Fortunately, they don't make you get to 99 lives. That would be really, really, really taxing. Like, maybe someday I should try to get all of the skill points. That might be an interesting set of streams. But, you know, it would just be for bonus. Ollies, yeah. Ollies is easy. Oh, do you not know that this is how you get Ollies? When you... They even say this on, like, all the achievement websites. So, normally it takes away your power-up. Oh, he means skateboarding. No, there's no skateboarding in this game. Yeah, so what you could do, you talk to this dude. The ox is very tough. Step out and just start blasting him. And he's taking legitimate damage. There you go. That's another 1,000 gamer score for the record. Okay, exit level. Everything's rare in this game. It's so wild. A bunch of people bought it and never played it. Didn't even get out of Artisans. Alright, I mean, I guess we could start Spyro 3. I have a little bit of time before I'm technically supposed to play Assassin's Creed. I guess I could start it. So we'll quit game. Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. Now allow me really quickly, I have to change the Twitch shit. Might as well. Spyro 2. I'm gonna erase Ripto's Rage out to the title. Spyro 3 Reignited. Spyro 3. I'm assuming the second one on Twitch is the actual Reignited one. And then if I go over here... Okay, save.
Get her! Stop her!
Alright, anyway. If anyone wants to see the cutscenes, I've done multiple playthroughs on this game. I'm skipping cutscenes. I've already done this. I played this game since I was literally 5. It's such a shame, man. They had something good going, dude. It sucks. I actually think this is my favorite Spyro game, just because we get a bunch of characters that we could play as. We're not just locked to Spyro, and we start with all of our upgrades, unlike Spyro 2, where we gain them by, talking to moneybags. But what they really wanted to do was make a shooter after this, which is really unfortunate. And that's how Ratchet and Clank came to be, because Spyro could not hold a gun. Thanks. Isabelle. So, unlike Spyro 2, where we're collecting orbs, this game is all about eggs. The whole purpose of this game is to collect eggs. And occasionally, Rabbit Girl beams in to harass us.
Rescuing the eggs, huh?
This was like the first time they introduced a character, and I was like, oh, I hate her. How could she do this? And then, by the end of the game, you're like, oh my god, you poor thing. Oh, just... No, I'm so sorry. Listen, Bianca is Bakul Jaja maxing, 100%. Actually, it would be the other way around. No, Ratchet and Clank are fine games. It's just, I hate that Insomniac was just like, yeah, we're never making another Spyro game. Whoever made that decision, you fucked up my life, like, genuinely. It's your fault. Everything that ever went wrong in my life is because you decided that. They drop gems in this game? Yes, they do. Unlike Spyro 2, the enemies drop gems. Also, unlike Spyro 2, I believe every enemy in this game is a Rhinoc, or every major conflict is because of the Rhinocs. I mean, that would be the next thing I would do, is like play a lot of the old Ratchet and Clank games. Since I bought the trilogy, maybe I'll do that someday. Ratchet and Clank games have really yeah, Ratchet and Clank is intentionally an innuendo series. Up your arsenal, size matters, the quest for booty. I forget the second one. Going Commando. Secret Agent Clank might be the most tame name that they have. It's also the... Well, no, Rift Apart. Rift Apart is also tame. There's nothing just, suspect about that. I mean, let's be fair now. 2021 Sony is a completely different animal to 2026 or 2005, 2003 Sony. So, I wonder why that happened, huh? That's how you know we live in the worst era ever. You can't even have silly names for your Ratchet and Clank games. Someone will get angry. Uh-oh! Come here, chicken! It's crazy, though, because I feel like Jak and Daxter had more boobs. Like, Kira, I think her name was, just had tits out. Like, it was just nuts. But that was back when you could market stuff for dudes, and it was okay. Defeat all the coward Rhinocs. Very nice. Okay. Sanders! Because it's supposed to be a chicken. It's Sanders. Oh no. Okay, I say Spyro 3 is my favorite. And here's the fucked up part. Spyro 3 has a bunch of skateboarding mini-games. You have to do it without wiping out. Oh, Lord. Skateboarding was cool. I mean, they're not wrong. Tony Hawk games were at their peak at this time. I think the first Tony Hawk game was on the PlayStation, right? Something like that. Again, I would never, ever get on a skateboard, but I will play the shit out of a Tony Hawk game. I'm a man of culture, okay? Okay, that didn't knock me off. That should have. Yeah, the Reignited definitely has like some weird physics, but I don't remember this happening as often on the non-Xbox versions.
Hey, that was great.
Okay, Emily.
All right, if you can catch all the lizards.
So we have to do it in time without wiping out. The hardest part is just not wiping out. The time actually doesn't really matter that much. You think they ever sold skateboards that look like this? Oh, what? I hate you, Hunter. You know, Hunter, I don't think you want us to get all the eggs. I really don't. Yeah, whatever. It's really the booster at the end of the game that's really the worst one of these. Fuck, why did I do that? That was stupid. That was rushing. I mean, I guess by default, Spyro 3 has to be a harder game because Spyro 2 does not really have crazy missions like this. Certainly not difficult ones. Yeah, that was good. Okay. Mine look like their faces were lit up. Shit just looks so weird on this game. Like, I don't know if it's just my PlayStation 1 memory, like kind of misremembering how faces look. But some of these enemies just look weird, man. What? It did not do the half pipe correctly. Okay, it's still not doing it correctly. Please let me go off the half pipe. Thank you. Very nice. Why does it have a timer now? Oh, you know what it is? You could just skateboard for points. I guess that you could just use it to practice for later, but I don't really see a reason. You just do it later. Who cares? Alright, we will have to come back to Sunny Villa because you cannot complete it without Sheila. So maybe this isn't the level you want to do first because you have to make a trip here with Sheila. So it's possible maybe you do Cloudy Spires if it's open first. Here, let's crash. I feel like I've missed that one before. Like, precisely just that one. What are we doing now? I need to get the gems. Up. I don't know if people saw this, but they have a mod now for Crash... or for Spyro, where they mix Crash and Spyro together. So they were playing like Crash. It was like a dual team like game that used both characters at the same time. Dude, that shit looks so cool, man. That's the kind of mods I wish existed when I was a kid. Like, officially. Okay. Unfortunately, they don't. And it probably is very limited. So, like, there's boxes to jump on. Like, Crash has Aku Aku for health, and Spyro has Sparks. They each have their different moves and everything, so they interact with the environment differently. Like, obviously, at the end of the day, it's still a Spyro game. Like, we could be honest here. Like, it's not like the game is massively changed because it's now both of them. But it was still cool to see them get Crash working in a Spyro level. That's what what was it, like Spyro Orange and Crash Purple should have been. That right there. Right there, officer. Right in the childhood. Did I get the high score egg? There is no high score egg. Right? Hop to Rapunzel. Yeah, there is no high score egg in this level. The last egg is Sheila, which I can't do. Yeah, nice skill point. Alright, we have to come back anyway. I think you should do Cloud Spires first. I don't know if you're forced to do Sunny Villa first. I don't think I've ever done that. Yeah, so unfortunately in Spyro 3, there's no outro video. Okay. I'll let her accidentally escape. Very nice. Money's in the bag. You're not forced? Yeah, okay. I've never done it then.
Thanks again, Spyro. Now,
Okay. Let me look really quickly. Launch the transporter balloon, glide for 5 seconds in Cloud Spires, unlock the Molten Chest. But we have to come back to Molten Crater anyway. Defeat Bluto's nuclear shark submarine. As Sheila, destroy all Headbash treasure chests. Fly through 4 speed boosts in 1 lap. Defeat Buzz. Defeat the Crawdad King. Destroy 6 icy things using the cannons. Destroy all... Yeah, this doesn't really feel like... Most of these seem like they're easy to do, like compared to Spyro 2, where like some of them were challenges in the levels. Follow the question mark bottles to the end. Like, all this is very simple. You know, like, free Bentley. None of these should be rare, it's just nobody really played this. Like, what's the rarest thing here? Find both butterfly jars in desert ruins, I guess. Yeah. It's literally just beat the game in almost every level. This is a very weird association because, like, kangaroos are in Australia and we're in, like, a Swiss Alp. I missed a gem. I did. Oh, Sheila! Home at last! I once saw someone say that Sheila looks actually like a female kangaroo in this game and not like a crackhead. And I never forgot that comment. Like, I know... Look, man, I know Sheila basically, like, never comes back after this game. But they gave her hair in this game. That means that someone was definitely aware that she did not look particularly feminine. And not even on, like, a goon level. Like, she just didn't. She did look pretty awful. I mean, I guess when you're 5, you just don't really care much. You're just like, does the gameplay work? And, like, how do the characters make you feel deep down? And, like, I don't know, I just thought Sheila was fine. Kangaroos don't have human hair like this after all. So I was just like, eh, whatever, it's okay. But, I mean, that's a fair point. I think the hair definitely does matter a little more. What? I don't know, man. Like, obviously it's fantasy, but, like, I don't know. I didn't really think she needed hair to look... I don't know. It's one of those, like, kid associations. It's like, yeah, that's Sheila the kangaroo. That's just how she looks. I don't need her to have hair. You know, like... I just think the design makes her look more like an explorer, which makes sense. I think that's really what it does. It stops her from just being a kangaroo, and it really gives her more identity. Which is precisely what we need. But, you know, like I always say, the Spyro series is so different in 1 compared to, like, 2 and 3. Like, if you go play Spyro 1, it's basically like a completely separate game. And then, like every game, you know, the first game is to get their bearings. The second game is to really figure out the groove of things, you know? And then the third game is always, like, kind of weird. There's very few series that break that pattern. Pick it up. Oh my god. Sparks. It's not just hair. Dude, the hair is a huge part. As I always say, like, Crash was already done at this point. That's why Crash just ends up feeling a little bit less baked to me than Spyro, because the first Spyro game came out the same year as the final Crash game. Uh-oh. Oh no. We have to go back. I think what it is certain gem Sparks just does not lock on to correctly. forcing you to pick it up instead. So yeah, this is one of the few changes that they made in this version of the game. It used to be that you couldn't like look for treasure using sparks until the end of the game. They changed it because in Spyro 2 it was like a cheat code. In this game it's an actual like recognized ability of sparks. The problem is you can't start a new game with any of the unlockables for sparks, which kind of sucks. That'll be the one thing that'll be really fun, because in Spyro 2 you can start a new game. Uh-oh. I don't care, actually. You can start a new game with the Super Flame. Here you can't do that. I also kind of wish you could still get lives by killing extra enemies, but they have never added that back. You also cheat the Super Flame in. I mean, yeah, probably on this version you absolutely can.
Hey, Spyro.
Here we go, I love this one. I lost my love, but she's being guarded by the Rhinox. If we have to rank Spyro Homeworlds by music and aesthetics, I think Midnight Mountain, Evening Lake, and I guess Winter Tundra are my favorites. I feel like that's got it. I don't know if there's a number one though. Is it Midnight Mountain or is it Winter Tundra? See, like, decisions, man, decisions. Like, what constitutes the best one? I think Sergeant Bird, because I've heard Sergeant Bird so much. I love it. Bentley doesn't really have the best. I think Bentley has the worst. Oops. I feel like the kick used to last longer, like as an active hitbox. There we go. Get this.
Marco sent
Marco?
I've got a restraining order against him.
Here, take this egg and don't tell him I'm up here. I have a restraining order against him.
If you see Marco, please tell him I've moved out.
So what's crazy is that after all of this, you go back to Marco. Hey, you can't get up there. And he doesn't even talk to you anymore. He's just silent. Definitely one of the weirdest missions, and it's literally on level 1. Is that it? Okay. Ah, what the hell, dude? Yeah, so you can't even talk to him again. He just doesn't even say anything. Tell him I moved out. Can't even talk to him. Can't even be like, dude, what the fuck? He just sits there with that weird face. Like, I know she's up there, yeah. Thank you for taking care of her bodyguards, yeah, you see? Actual stalker. 100%. Rubbing his hands like Birdman. He knows. Yo!
I saw some. Oh,
Coal train. It's the coal train, baby!
This is
Amy? I kissed my adopted son on the lips, Birdman. Cool! Cool! Why does that randomly remind me of Space Ghost Coast to Coast? No, you know what it is? Not Space Ghost. Was it Harvey Birdman? Was it Attorney at Law? Is that what it was? Hmm. Now there are anti-gay activity in the Rhapsody where they let Birdman get away with this shit. Hey, don't focus on Birdman. Focus on what they let Diddy get away with for all these fucking years. Think about how many people knew what Diddy was up to and said nothing because it either aided their behavior or they aided their careers or whatever. Think about that one. Try that for size. Think about all the weird shit that Diddy got up to. You remember R. Kelly's like piss tape, right? Apparently passed around in fucking barbershops, right? VHS and shit. Think about how many people knew what fucking Diddy was up to. And how many people Diddy got to rub hands with. And they were dead silent until he got busted. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it 1,000 with you. If your nickname is Puff Daddy, that is kind of sus, as they would say. That is Mo.
my wing.
And then when you look into like the Kid Cudi stuff, we send him to jail, it's like free booty to him. No, there's not enough baby oil in there for him. What are you talking about? He is still suffering. He does not have access to all the baby oil and all the drugs he wants. Also, I mean, like, let's be fair now. Even when he gets out, he's probably going to be a little tarnished. Like, like now we know all the weird shit that they did, and they couldn't even convict him on like half of the stuff they wanted to. They got him on some lesser bullshit. For all intents, bro was not really punished. This is like a timeout. This is not a punishment. It's the return of the booty warrior. I didn't come looking for boys' butt. I came for man's booty. I likes you and I wants you. Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way, Chris Hansen. You see what I did there? I called you handsome. Booty warriors. Booty was more important than air, than water. I like you and I wants you sounds like a Nina Lynn clip, honestly. Okay, have to pay money bags. Oh, can we even have 200 gems at this point? I feel like you're kind of gonna have to do some amount of backtracking. Is it even possible? So a long time ago, when I was in senior kindergarten, I made one of the cloud people in this game as like a thing. We were supposed to design clouds, so I made one of the cloud people, and I was like, oh, it's the guys that make clouds, and they just put it up as a cloud. And I was like, but it has a spiky head. That was a lifetime ago. I remember that. I was like, but that's not how you... It's sideways. Never got fixed. Okay. Ah, boy. For some reason, my taskbar is not going down. I don't know why. More important than I. Okay. Fuck. Okay. What is triggering this to not go down? This is why I hate rebooting my computer. I have no idea. Oh, I found it. Jake. Bodhi Warrior. You know what I still have to upload? The video of me trying that Jollibee's chicken for fucking Final Fantasy. I didn't upload that, and I forgot to, and it just exists in my phone somewhere. So I need to upload it before I forget, because I will forget. Dude sent me some FFXIV chicken. Sent, or are you asking send? Because I don't even know if they still have the campaign running. That shit was expensive, man. We don't have them over here? Do the codes even work in Europe? Yeah, the Egg Thieves are back, finally. This is literally the #1 game they should be in. I don't have a spare one. I don't even know if the campaign is still on. We're definitely at the point where they are franchising Final Fantasy. Okay. Oh. Pretty soon it'll be in Fortnite. Oh god, dude. Don't make me buy Fortnite skins for Final Fantasy characters. That's like one of the few companies that have not put anything related to their major IP in it. I don't think there's a single Square Enix character in Fortnite. Honestly, probably for the best. Like, I already don't like that they're in, like, a whole bunch of other stuff, like Magic and whatnot. But, I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe that's just necessary. Like, when you're not Nintendo and you can't rely on just household, like, longevity, you might have to do weird shit to keep your characters relevant in the grand scheme of things. So, Whatever. Meanwhile, Final Fantasy could easily like make a Dynasty Warriors game, or it could easily make a lot of things, and it just never happens, which I kind of hate. I mean, like, at this point, so many series have enough characters to make a Dynasty Warriors game. I don't know, maybe people would be burnt out, maybe it wouldn't sell well, but I enjoy some of them. I like the Warriors stuff when it's, like, mixed in with other games. I don't particularly like it on its own. Oh, you can't get out of this? What the fuck do you do then? Stop experimenting? I mean, like, on some level, not for their main games, right? Like, for their main games, they do need to stop. But for their, like, other games, like, I think they should. Like, they should mess around and try new formula additions, right? Some of the best games I think I played in the last several years have been like renditions of old formulas. Like ZA is an example of that. ZA is 1,000 times interesting, or more interesting than Scarlet Violet, partially because it doesn't suck dick and it's actually like fun to play, and the mechanics aren't stupid and gimmicky. Like Mega Evolutions just feel really good, and maybe we'll just stop with all the other bullshit and just go back to that. Even though I think, you know, they could just include everything. Like, you know, this is Game Freak we're talking about here. Any amount of work is anathema to them. Alright, level complete. Very nice. Yeah, it's a shame there's no intro and outro cutscenes. That's only Spyro 2 where they had both the map and the intro outro cutscenes. That sucks. I'm not saying that to suggest this game is incomplete. In fact, this game has more content than Spyro 2. But it's the little things. Ten eggs. Oh, wait, I didn't do the achievement. I gotta go back. Oh, fuck. I didn't do it. I totally forgot. We have to get on the top and then I think glide around a whole bunch. It's 5 seconds. It's not that crazy. Oh, great. Can I just skip to the end of the level? I think I can, right? Because we already beat it? Yeah. Dragon Quest is absolutely Square's experimental franchise. Dragon Quest XI does something that I haven't seen in an RPG in a long while, which is the backup party subs in if the main party gets incapacitated. The only other game I could think of that does that is Golden Sun. That's the only other game I could think of, and Golden Sun will never, ever, under any circumstances, be allowed to get another game in its franchise. Okay, how do you even do this? Probably gotta glide left. That enough? No. Maybe you have to do it from up top. I forget where exactly you do this from. I didn't get it right beforehand. I don't think so. That's what I mean, like, the RPG genre, the platformer genre, and the survival horror genre have some of the most innovation out of, like, any franchise in any genre. So naturally, it's the ones that companies want to work with the least, obviously. Is that enough? Yep, okay, good. Head in the clouds. What a shame. Dragon Quest Builders, Dragon Quest Warriors, Dragon Quest Mobile, and RTS. I don't know, man. Like, I think what Final Fantasy has to do is they have to decrease the time it takes to make a Final Fantasy game. I think that's probably the number one thing they have to do. They cannot have a Final Fantasy game take 5 years to develop, and then when it comes out, they console lock it for a year. Like, no, you need people to make those really stupid purchases right now. Even if they don't finish it, you need them to do it right now so you can make some money. You can't have them waiting a year and then questioning if they care anymore. Because let's be fair, if you had to wait a year to play a game you really wanted, then either you really wanted to play the game or you didn't, and now you're just going to watch like Moist Critical play it or someone, or Asmongold. Like, you need to play it now. And all this console exclusivity, man, put an end to that. Square and Ubisoft and all these other companies cannot afford it. Oh shit. Now, if Sony wants to do it, I mean, that's what the whole point of a console exclusive. They should have like 5 or 6 console exclusives. You know, definitely a couple of years, so that way they can, you know, make some money off of it. What the hell? Have I heard about 10 years FF15, currently 6 years for Kingdom Hearts 4? Well, yeah, for what? Like the time it took to make it? Oh, 10 years for 15? Well, that's because 15 went through multiple iterations, which, yes, is also still not great. 6 years for Kingdom Hearts 4 makes a little bit more sense. They just, I don't know. I don't know how this billion-dollar company cannot develop 2 video games at once. Like, they used to do this no problem. So I don't know. Whatever it is, whether it's the graphics or whatever, it's fucking them up, like, big time. It's actually more of a detriment at this point, I'd argue. I know that's probably the last thing they want to hear, but it's the truth, you know? It's like, okay. I mean, unfortunately, the curse of all single-player games is that eventually someone will be done with it and move on. That's the unfortunate truth, is that eventually all single-player games are doomed to run out of playtime. You're going to run out of stuff to do in the game. Like, how many single-player games you know get updated non-stop for the rest of eternity? Basically none. Like, it's very few that get that extra level of love and attention. You know, they could have super longevity for like 10, 15 years. Like, usually there's something keeping people going back to them, you know? Ow. That's easy. Oh, that one's not special. Ha! What percentage? They don't even tell you. It's not rare. They don't even tell you the percentage. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That one's literally just loop back around. Nothing unique about that one. Sergeant Burr is currently on an important mission to the inside of a cage. Tough luck.
Spyro, you're just in.
Finder's fee because you're an asshole. We'll remember this.
Are you the dragon looking?
Stouty. Fuck. Moira? Good lord, he is fast. No! Did I die? No, I did not. Oh my lord. I went so fast, I went past him. Great, now I have to complete another lap. What? Okay. Talk about spinning your wheels, huh? Oh! And sent him straight to hell. Straight to the moon. Yeah, one of these walls that you could break this wall. Okay. That's it. I think so. Again, we have to come back. We need Sergeant Bird. So without him, there's no point. We're done with the level. Thankfully, all the levels in this game are pretty much like shortcuts, right? Like, they all kind of loop back on each other. So everything that we do kind of piles up. So we don't have to, like, run through most of the levels again a second time. Ugh. Okay, I'll finish this world. And then we'll stop. We'll take a break, and then I'll probably play Assassin's Creed. So we'll finish this up. Because I do have to finish Assassin's Creed 3, so I would like to get a start on that. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Out the way, dude. Did they change Hunter's voice? And then the whole month of June, I have to play 4. I have to beat Assassin's Creed 4. I don't think that'll be a huge problem, especially if I play it like 2-3 times a week. So yeah, why more AC? Because I'm replaying like the whole series. That's why more AC. And I need to play 4 before Resynced comes out. I'll see you on the beach, dude, like Death Stranding. Dude, the swimming is so hard to get used to. Thought you could swim under it. Hunter was voiced by Greg Berger, who also voiced Ripto. The role was handed over to Robbie Damon. Yeah, it doesn't sound like him. Oh well, that's unfortunate. Obviously, they kept Tom Kenny. I wonder if he just wasn't available or if they just decided not to pursue him again. It's unfortunate.
You want a quick summary of your progress in a world? You can press the guidebook button to open the guidebook page.
The guidebook button. There's an egg under the bridge down here. Well, Greg Berger returned to voice Ripto. He was not brought back to voice Hunter. Why? I mean, at least he wasn't completely exiled from it, but why wouldn't they have him? Did they maybe want to make sure that Hunter had like a distinct voice? I didn't even know they were voiced by the same guy. I don't know. That's one of those really weird cases. It's like the Persona 3 remake. The whole cast returns. They just cast them as different characters, like side characters or something. Like, I don't know. It's one of those weird decisions I don't even understand. Seemed fine to me. That's what Google... No, I believe you that that's what Google says and it's the truth. I just don't know why. I mean, this is what's really going to color the latter half of my life really, really poorly. Is like, basically we're going to get to a point where all these games, all these characters, all these voice actors are going to be old or retired. And we're just never going to get to hear them voice act their iconic characters again. So like, case in point, John St. John with Duke Nukem. Iconic, legendary voice acting. One of a kind in an industry. Oh, let's never make another Duke Nukem game because modern day bullshit. Like, well, how is that fair? It's not his fault that the character that he voices is like this iconic, you know, it's just bullshit. Iconic character. You know, like how many years do we have with Tom Kenny? I wouldn't, like, if he came out tomorrow and was like, listen, I'm done with SpongeBob, I'm done with Spyro, I've done these roles for like 30 years, it's over. Like, would I be mad? No, because he's done them for so long. Like, you know, that has to take a toll on you. Nice, I got anti-aired again. He said he isn't capable of Hunter's voice? Oh, well, that might be different then. Okay. No, okay, I could understand that then. Maybe if they didn't wait 50 years, we could have had it, you know, but I don't know. There's no good answer. I mean, like, there is an answer that would satisfy me as a fan, but there is no good answer, right? It's like, well, if they did it sooner, then people, you know, it wouldn't be as good as it was when it came out. If they did it later, well, then, you know, all the people are kind of old. So, who knows? Some actors, true. That is fair. If the actors say they don't want to do it, then that's another story, and I'm totally cool with it. I would blame them for taking so long to make these remakes. But if the actors genuinely say, I don't want to do this, pass it on, I'm not going to sit there and force them to do it. The only thing I would say is that if they do want to do it or are open to do it and we don't allow them to because of one reason or another, then that is fucked up, right? Like, dump all the turrets over. Here we go. And I start hurt, by the way. Oops. Yeah, if it's the actors, then that is not anyone's fault. That is just simply they do not want to do it. I would never take that away. If they don't want to do it for one reason or another, then that's fine. But a lot of times I feel like these characters, like Elias Torfexis is very willing to come back and voice Adam Jensen in another Deus Ex game. So how is it fair that, you know, Deus Ex, you know, Square fumbles Deus Ex into oblivion, and now we will never get another Adam Jensen game, you know? How fair is that? He's more than willing to do it while he still can. Not that he's, like, old or anything, but, you know, while he's available for voice acting. Okay. They have guns? No, those are cannons. Agency's bullshit. Fuck that. Just pay them. There's got to be a fair negotiable rate. I'm beyond some of this at this point, man. I know there's a lot of intricate bullshit. If it's their agency, then, you know, fuck it. Like, it's dumb. There's no happy way. It's a business at the end of the day. Someone's not going to be happy. I would just rather it's some exec that doesn't give a shit if there's ever another Spyro game or not. Like, they probably go work at 7-Up or Lay's or something. Yeah, Japan is another story, right? Like, I understand that, like, with the Yakuza games and the Judgment games, like, they have a whole different mindset on this compared to what we have in America. All I'm suggesting is that if they are willing to do it, and the only thing holding it up is, well, it won't make Call of Duty numbers, go fuck yourself. I'm beyond every game needs to make $1 billion. That might be one of the most jading things to realize about gaming, is that every single exec thinks they have Call of Duty on their hands. Like, brother, you'd be lucky if you break even on half of these games. And I'm not saying that because I want you to fail. I'm saying that because it's like, you know, get used to it. Like, it's okay to have some projects that aren't, you know... I hate this industry. They also got the reverse. Sometimes criminals get movie rules here. Yeah, it's stupid. Movie roles, yeah. No, guys, you have to understand. We have to make $1 billion off of a Spyro game, brother. I'd be surprised if this franchise grossed even more than $300 million in its heyday. I would be genuine, especially remembering that games were cheaper back then. Like, I would genuinely be surprised if Spyro the Dragon made like $100 million. But that was okay in 1998 and 99. It's not like Sony is raking in big bucks. Like, do you want to play fucking Saros? Half the games they make aren't even that good to begin with, dude. Okay. My plan was to get groped by tentacles.
Oh, I forgot to
Dizzy. Then we have to destroy Bluto's submarine. There's like a lot of things in here. Spyro now lives and dies depending on Skylanders. It's over, dude. I already gave up hope a long time ago. The fact that this even got made feels like something happened that shouldn't have, you know? Like, not even to be dramatic, but the fact that we even got this already feels like a fucking super reach that almost shouldn't have happened. It feels like a glitch in the Matrix. Dude, the controls for this are ass. I can't get it to turn the way I need it to. Fuck's sake. This is awful. This is the worst minigame by far. Oh, because it doesn't control like a tank. Never mind. Very nice. How is this rare? 10% almost. It's in Xbox hands. Yeah, it's in Activision's hands, which is in Xbox hands. Like, listen, Xbox is apparently trying to turn over a new leaf, right? Like, if you've seen what the new lady is doing, like, apparently she knows what she's doing. You know, I don't know who she's listening to. You know, they're hiring some dude that apparently has like a good rapport throughout the industry, right? I'm seeing things I like. I'm not about to sit here and tell you Xbox is saved. They have a lot to do, but creating new entries in older series would go a long way towards good faith. And even if every 5 minutes they have to go on their stupid like E3 presentation and be like, for the fans, for you, we're doing this for you, I still think that it would just be better that we get the games at all than not. I'd be okay with it. No, if you've seen all the things she's announcing, apparently she's doing a lot of really good things. They're removing Copilot integration. They're renaming it to Xbox. Now, again, I know I was harsh on her because originally it was the whole, oh, she's like this some Instacart lady, you know, like what does she know about gaming and stuff? But she's making a lot of calls that I think are correct. So honestly, like I'm cool with it. Let her work. Let her cook. Right? Worst case, we're right back where we started. Best case, maybe something good happens. If we get a Spyro game out of this, I'll explode. I just won't survive. I won't live to play it. I'm gonna have a heart attack one day. They're gonna announce Spyro 7 when I'm 80 years old, and then I'll have a heart attack and die. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm a very negative person, but Phil Spencer talked a lot. Yeah, true. I mean, that's the thing. As long as she just does better than Phil Spencer and Don Matrick, I mean, like, it's not a hard bar to beat. The hard part is that just you need Xbox to not be stupid and force her to do things that you know she shouldn't do. Yeah, Phil Spencer definitely grinned a lot and then introduced a lot of policies that put Xbox in a bad spot. I mean, let's be honest here, there was no reason for Xbox to ever fall behind Sony, ever. That just should never have happened, period. They had too much goodwill, too many series at the peak of their existence. There was just no reason to fuck it up at all, under any circumstance. What? What? Is this glitched? It says there's a 2 here, but there isn't. Is this shit bugged? I'm getting fucked over really badly today. This version's really glitchy. Well, giving Sony no competition, what has Sony done with it? They've just shot themselves in the foot repeatedly over and over and over. So I don't even know if like Sony having no competition has been a good thing. It feels like Sony just is doing stupid shit. hey, let's charge $1,000 for a PS5 Pro, but also there's not really any games to put on the Pro anyway. Like, why would you even get a Pro? Like, I have a PS5 normal and it still runs everything I need just fine. What do you need a Pro for? Like, obviously, if you've got the money, it's whatever, but it's like, well, what do you really gain from a fucking PS5 Pro? Like, no joke. You dick. Yeah, what the hell? I killed this guy and he didn't drop the gem. Okay. I knew something wasn't right. I must have launched him someplace I shouldn't have. Alright, clear out the pipe. Oh, this will be fun.
Used to have a dragon age where the tunnel was chock full of Rhinox.
You have to defeat every Rhinoc on the way in. Fuck. Very nice. Okay, now I can exit. Alright, let's do the speedway. I have to remember how to do the speedway. This is the one with the butterflies. Yeah, it glitched out. It 100% should have spawned that normally, and it did not, which is really funny. Molten crater, 69%, very nice. Yeah, you have to do replace the idle heads 1 and I think it's either 1 and 2 or there's an extra egg behind a wall somewhere. You can't miss it. It's a Sergeant Bird level. It can't be that hard. Even though these companies still making games, they should not worry about the big ones too much. We're now living in an era that indie devs will just say, well, if all of them won't do it, we will. Yeah, once the indie devs conquer like PS2 style you know, bonuses, I think that's going to be really good. Like, once every indie dev can do PS2 and not just like, you know, pixel art or whatever, I think it's going to be a real different era that we're going to enter into, personally. And I'm looking forward to it. I think that'll be really good because like PS1 graphics are good, but I don't really vibe with them the same way. You know, like there's something about GameCube era, PS2 era that just looks so good. It's kind of like Silent Hill 2 versus like Silent Hill 1. Like obviously I would never say that Silent Hill 1 doesn't look good, but Silent Hill 2 just hits. There's something about the way those games look. Those like PS2 era games, just with less, they did so much more. And that's my 6th console generation glazing for the day. Okay. And you cannot hate that, man. You have to love it. Where's Hunter again? He's just chilling somewhere. Wait, no, I finished Time Attack. Wait, hold on. There you go, okay. Yeah, in this one, you don't get extra time if you do the mission fast. You have a set amount of time, period, to do it. 9 months ago, a Star Fox clone was announced. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, I care about Star Fox because it's Fox. You know, if it wasn't Fox, I wouldn't care about it as much. what they've needed to do for 20 years now is to just declare fucking Star Fox Command non-canon and just redo it and not just have a bunch of stupid endings that involve Fox getting cucked. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. But yeah, like, look, I think it's because of the Mario movie. I don't think it has anything to do with, like, whatever, Wild Blue or whatever. Okay, go for it. B to fire, A for turbo. Oh, Lord. I just think that they want to capitalize off it because they let a lot of these franchises go completely dormant for really no good reason. I mean, like, if we could just be honest here, really just no good reason. They just were like, yeah, we'll just never make a franchise, never make another game in the franchise. But what they need to do is they just need to declare Star Fox Command non-canon. They just need to go back and be like, listen, the idea behind it is sound, and then putting in like weird fan fiction-y, like cuckold plot lines was not the W that we thought it was in 2006. Like, the romance between Fox and Crystal is not bad. Making a game where Crystal just leaves him and basically like laughs at him like, oh, I'm going to Panther, dude, just felt wrong even as a kid. I don't know. Well, there was an F-Zero clone. It was the one for Sony. I forget what it was called. Was it Gravity Rush? No. What was it called? I don't even remember. Erase the butterflies. Wipeout. Something like that. Yeah. No, not Wipeout. There was another one that was like bootleg F-Zero, and it's just because they refused to do anything with fucking F-Zero, dude. What happened? Oh. Scared me. Yeah, it's a shame that they did this shit with Pal World. Come on, this is stupid. Anything but putting more money into developing Pokemon games. Like, they really develop Pokemon games on a budget of $13 million. Like, it's the fucking worst, man. Like, if they had an actual full team working on Pokemon and not just, like, literally, you know, forgive us, we're an indie studio, could you imagine how good Pokemon could be with, like, a $100 million budget that you know they're still gonna break even on, too? Pokemon games are not that unprofitable. That feels like mega cope from someone who's like, well, they have to make sure they pinch every penny. Are you sure about that? Gonna get actually by someone that doesn't even play them. Yeah, imagine actual indie studios putting in more effort than you as you claim you're an indie studio. Well, guys, you have to understand the models are really hard to work with, and we just can't afford the models. What they don't tell you is the models were already made. And they didn't do anything. They just used the models that were presented to them. Okay, we're done. No, we will try again, never. Yeah, they're indie for 25 years with one of the most successful franchises in human history. They're indie, though, guys. Yeah, it doesn't even make sense. It's a lie. For some reason, the Pokemon Company acts like it's a Western studio that works under EA. And even EA studios put in more effort. And that's sad, because they really shouldn't. Like, that's actually ridiculous. That's why I will not be buying Wind and Waves day one. At fucking all. I already know Wind and Waves is just gonna piss me off. Moving up in the world. Heard about the mass layoffs coming in for Bungie? Dude, Bungie's dead. How could Bungie survive? Like, genuinely, how could Bungie fucking survive? Marathon is basically like a so-so game at best, and it didn't sell enough. Destiny was their main cash cow, and now that's dead. Like, what the hell are they should? They no. They don't need to start development on Destiny 3. What they need to do is they need to just MMO the shit out of Destiny. That's what they need to do. There's no need to Destiny 3 this or whatever. There's no need to reset your stupid fucking game every 5 minutes, dude. That doesn't even make sense. There's no need to sunset content. Imagine if, like, Final Fantasy just removed Alexander raids from the fucking game and you just can't do them anymore. Like, who the fuck sunsets content? Ever? Does that even make sense? By the way, I feel like Buzz has had a massive aura drop. Even his laugh feels weird. It's like too wet. Well, if it is an MMO, then one, they need to stop making every weapon like basically unused. Like, you can't just delete people's progress out the fucking game. Like, imagine if you played World of Warcraft and then just one expansion, like all the shit that you earned is just not in the game anymore, you know? Okay, that was great. That's just not how any MMO I know works. Like, it might not be BIS, but it doesn't just disappear out the fucking game and become useless. Oh, all your stuff is just crumbled under the tower. Could we ever get it? No. What? How did I get hit? This doesn't even make sense, dude. This fucking game. Dude, how is that a hitbox? Whatever. Why did it make a splat noise? What is happening? This is like a parody of Spyro. It makes a splat noise in lava. No, here's what they should have done for Destiny, right? They should have just never had Destiny 2. They should have just kept releasing expansions and you know, whatever, DLCs or etc., right? And they should have just built off the base game. Do they want to have a campaign where maybe you can't go back to the tower for a bit? Okay, fine. But did they have to make a brand new game like 3 or 4 years into the first game that they promised was a 10-year project? No. And that's part of the problem, is that they didn't have to do any of that. They could have just said, no, that's not what we're going to do, and we're going to leave it at that. That was incredibly stupid. Okay. Midday Gardens. 21% is actually pretty appropriate. Alright. Yeah, that's what they shouldn't have done. What they ended up doing was incredibly stupid. And I think that's the biggest problem that they ran into, is that, like, you know, they couldn't retain players. Content got stale. You know, people, it's so funny because people bitched about 14 for this. And they were like, well, Destiny does this, this, and this. And I'm like, great, Destiny sunsets content. Destiny is damn near barely, you know, functioning in above water. It was only like a couple months ago I read that comment. I was like, dude, some of y'all don't even play the games that you're big upsing. Like, who the fuck is playing Destiny? They get 100,000 players maybe on a good day. What are we talking about? And now basically it's out of business. It's not profitable. So, good job, I guess? Question mark? Wow, guys, that's fantastic. So, I do feel bad. Like, at the end of the day, like, I could sit here and shit on Destiny, but I do feel bad for the people that spent, you know, what, 10 years of their life trying to support Bungie and caring about Bungie. You know, maybe they're big Halo fans or they're big Bungie fans or whatever, and that, you know, oh, Bungie's gonna make Marathon. Okay, cool, that'll be awesome. Like, imagine if they just sunsetted Final Fantasy because they were making Marvel's Avengers. They were just like, Stormblood was good and all, guys, but we're gonna make this game. We have Disney money, and then that flops. I mean, the real fact of the matter is that, you know, Square Enix literally cannot afford it. I mean, neither can Bungie. I don't know what they think they're gonna do. I think that company's doomed. You know, and when you find out that it probably was Microsoft that kept them reined in, you know, back in the day, and it was probably Sony that kept them more or less reined in during the modern era, and now that they're on their own, working on their own, it's just shit. I think that's just really unfortunate, man. The whole problem with the Destiny franchise is the one-year development sounds like BioWare magic, but in the end, we witnessed there was no magic. I mean, even BioWare magic has its limits. You play a modern-day BioWare game, it's trash compared to Mass Effect 1 and 2 and Dragon Age 1 and you know, KOTOR 1. They even admitted it themselves. It was crunch time, right? And that's what we found out with Anthem. Mass Effect 3, crunch time. Dragon Age, was it Inquisition? Crunch time. Does anyone even talk about fucking Veilguard? Yeah, it was just a bunch of people that aren't there. So when they put on the cover, hey, this is made by, you know, insert team name here, you know, the geniuses that brought you this game and that game and this game and that game. Well, you have to ask yourself, are the people that brought you this game and that game still there? Or is it just Cope and they're not there anymore? And unfortunately, I think that what we're finding is that just because you say you have dudes from like Left 4 Dead or whatever, doesn't mean your game will be on the same par as Left 4 Dead or, you know, insert name here. So anyway, I want to thank everyone who showed up. Thanks Dax, thanks Raiden, thanks Viv, thanks Narc, thanks Warlord, thanks Ash. Much appreciated. I will see you all next time. We will continue this at some point. We'll see when I play it and what I continue with it. And yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I'll probably be back in like 20, I don't know, let's say like an hour for a little bit of Assassin's Creed. Maybe I might postpone it. So don't hold your breath. As always, Discord. I'll send the tag if I am. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow.